Okay, so in the previous classes we were discussing about planning process. Okay, how planning process is carried out. Okay, and one such method is by using management by objectives. The planning process, a method. Right? It's a technique, right? So as you can understand from the term itself, it is management by objectives. You are managing by using what? What is the parameter there? Right? Your objective. നിങ്ങളുടെ കമ്പനിയുടെയോ or your personal, whatever it may be, your objective is a driving force. അത് വെച്ചിട്ടാണ് നിങ്ങൾ മാനേജ്മെന്റ് നടത്തുന്നത്. That's how management is done. Okay, so term itself gives you an idea. It is management by objective. So how is it done? So management objectives is a comprehensive managerial system that integrates many key managerial activities. Okay, management by objective, it's a comprehensive manager system. Okay, വളരെ വലുത് ആയ എല്ലാം ഉൾക്കൊള്ളുന്ന ഒരു സിസ്റ്റമാണ്. So comprehensive manager system that integrates many key managerial activities. So we know activities are from the first class we are learning what are the managerial activities, like we are planning, organizing, staffing, HR, like many things are this, right? So the comprehensive system that integrates means involve, includes, add, okay, plus word simply you can say plus. So we are adding many key managerial activities. And how are they added? They are added in a systematic manner. Okay? So managerial activities are added in a systematic manner, and it is directed towards the effective and efficient achievement of organizational and individual objectives. Okay. So what is management by objective? Management objective is a comprehensive managerial system that integrates many key managerial activities in a systematic manner. Okay, that's important, in a systematic manner, and it is directed towards the effective and efficient achievement of organization and individual objectives. Okay. So this concept was popularized by Peter R. Drucker. Okay. Peter R. Drucker. And where do we use this? Where do we use this method? We use them for goal setting, planning, and performance evaluation. Whenever we are whenever we are giving out the objectives, we use this one. Okay, we use for goal setting, then we use this for planning and performance evaluation. We evaluate our performance also using this. Okay. Performance of employees, performance of managers, everyone evaluated can be evaluated by this, because we have said that this is a comprehensive manager system. It includes many key manager activities. So it's been done, right? Now, what is the uniqueness of this? The uniqueness of this method or process, this approaches, that is, it enables the subordinates to get involved in evaluation process. Okay, subordinate means those who are under the manager. Okay, we'll take a manager as the highest authority. If we take manager as the highest authority, subordinate means those who comes under manager. Subordinates is subordinates. Okay, the manager we said may be subordinate for some other. Okay, we have top level management, middle level management, and low level management. Okay. So low level will be subordinate for a middle level. Middle and low level will be subordinate for top level, like that. Deal with that. Okay. So enable the subordinates to get involved in the evaluation process. Okay. So we said it is used for goal setting, planning, and performance evaluation. So we are giving it a chance for the subordinates, so those who are evaluated, to get involved in the evaluation process. And how is it done? It's done by setting their own goals. That is, the subordinate will have a chance to say, okay, I will do this. Okay, I will do this. And based on that, evaluation will be done. Okay, based on that, we have evaluation. Clear? So subordinates will have a chance to take part in the evaluation process, right? So what happens is, the subordinate will say, okay, I will do this. Okay, and based on that, it is they are evaluated, not just by anything else, not just by the goal set by, not just by the goal set by the top management. Okay, you'll have the low level, so that means the subordinate will also have a chance to take part in the evaluation process. Okay? And how is it done? By setting their own gear. Thus, it aims ensuring active employee involvement in the planning process. Right. So when you say the subordinates are saying, so subordinates are saying, okay, I will do this. Okay, I will do this work. So they are also getting involved in the planning process, and based on that input, only we will be planning our next step. Okay. So MBO, or management by objective, is basically a process where the superior and subordinate managers of an organization jointly identify the common goals. Okay? Both of them, the superior and his subordinates, together they will identify the goal. Okay? What are the common goals we need to achieve? Define each individual's responsibility in terms of the result expected from him. Okay? So, what is the responsibility? Responsibility is you have to prepare 100 units. Okay, company, you need to produce 100 pens. Okay? You need to produce 100 pens in a day. That's your what? That's it. That's the result expected from you. Okay, you need to produce this much thing, 100 pens. So that's the result expected. On that basis, it's your responsibility. Okay, I expect you to produce 100 pens, so you must produce 100 pens. Okay, that's how it is done. Define each individual's responsibility in terms of the results expected from him, and use the objectives developed as guidelines for operating the organization and assessing the contribution of each of its members. Okay, so what happens in MBO? MBO is basically a process where the superior and subordinate managers of an organization jointly identify the common goals. Okay, as you said, we are going to produce 100 pens, right? 100 pen that is not decided by the superior. Okay, superior and the subordinate, both of them will sit together. They'll talk, they discuss, and then they will decide on 100 pens. Okay, so what happens is the 100 pens, it is decided by both the superior and the subordinate together. Okay, they will sit there, they'll talk, and they together they will decide on 100 pen, and that 100 pen is the result expected from the subordinate. Okay, and he will be evaluated on based on that. It is his responsibility to produce 100 pens. That's the agreed upon terms. Right? So you have to produce 100 pens, so you need to produce 100 pens. That's your responsibility. Okay, and use the objectives developed. Okay? The objective was to produce 100 pens. Use the objectives developed as guidelines for operating the organization and assessing the contribution of each of its members. Okay? Okay? What happens is the superior and the both of them together, they will superior and the subordinate, they will sit down together, they will discuss, and they'll reach upon a common goal. Okay? Maybe in this case that of 100 pens. Now, after that 100 pens is reached, then it becomes the responsibility of the subordinate, because he also and be the organization, the guidance for organization to move forward is developed, and contribution for each member is evaluated. Yeah. So make everybody in the principles, make sure that every single person in the organization has a clear understanding of the objectives of the organization. What our organization intends to do. Every single one of them should have the idea. Okay. Clear understanding of the objectives of the organization as well as their own roles and responsibility is in the same. Okay. Organization wants to do this thing. Okay. The organization wants to do something like that. and I should do this. Okay, the organization wants to produce 1,000 pens. Okay, the organization wants to produce 1,000 pens, and it's my responsibility to produce 100 pens of them. Okay, after 1,000, I need to produce the 100. Okay, that's the principle. Okay, principle is behind MBA that every single one, okay, every individual in the company, in the organization should know what the organization wants. Okay, what is the objective of the organization, and also their roles in achieving them. Okay. Now, how is MBO done? What are the steps? The first step is, as you all know, it is goal setting. Right. The first step is to clarify and set common goals of the organization. Okay. Which common for the entire organization. So in a pen company, pen manufacturing unit, what happens? We know we are going to produce daily 1,000 pens. That's our goal. Okay. That's common for everyone. Okay. So the ink, the refill, they should produce 1,000. Cap, they should produce 1,000. They should produce 1,000, and the assembly should be able to do 1,000 pens. Right? That's common for all of them, all of the departments. These are determined by the top manager in consultation with other managers and are translated to every employee. Okay? So the top management will say we need to produce 1,000 pens. How? It will be with consultation with the other managers also. Okay? Maybe sometimes what happens is the top manager says we need to produce 1,000 pens, but we may not have the resources. Okay? We may have the resources to produce only 800 pens. So that should be discussed. So unrealistic goals should not be given. Okay, the top management may not know. They will they look in the market. They say, okay, there's a possibility to sell 1,000 pens. So if we should produce 1,000 pens daily, we can increase our profit. So that should be discussed with the others also, other managers. So other managers will say, okay, so it's possible, or may it is not possible. So they should discuss, they should consult with others and then decide upon. Okay, ഒറ്റയ്ക്കല്ല അവർ മറ്റുള്ളവരെ സംസാരിച്ച് വേണം തീരുമാനിക്കാൻ. After what happens is once it is decided, then it should transfer to employee. Every employee should know that. Okay? It's not that some people should and others shouldn't. Everyone concerned should know about it. Okay, so Peter Drucker, he used the acronym SMART. So the goal should be SMART. And what is SMART stands for? SMART should be specific, like 1,000 pens specific. It should be measurable. Okay, it should be measurable. That is 1,000 pens. You can measure. We need to produce 1,000. We produce 999. So we need to sell 1,000 units. We sold 1,001. And then we can measure. It should be acceptable. Okay. If we have only the machinery for produce 500 pens, and you should not set the goal for 1,000 pens. It should be acceptable. It should be realistic also. Okay, there are things that is realistic. Okay, for example, in coding, whenever you code, you need some time, right? So it should not be like within 2 days you should come. Maybe you need more time. It should be realistic, and it should be time bound. The daily 1,000 pens, like that. So goal setting. How should the goal be? It should be SMART. That SMART means it should be specific, it should be measurable, it should be acceptable, it should be realistic, and it should be time bound. Okay. So in MBO principle, the MBO principle does not happen during the management cannot determine the objective by themselves, as we said earlier itself. Okay. If the management says we need to produce 1,000 pens, it should be done in consultation with the other managers. It's not that you must produce 1,000 pens. Including the lower level managers and middle level managers, discuss with them, and then decide on how much pens you're going to produce. Maybe the manager says that you should produce 1,000 pens. Upon discussion, it may be like that. You can produce more than that. 1,200 pens can be produced. Maybe it will be also there. So the terminal, okay, no, so we cannot produce 1000. We can produce 800. If we produce 1000, our quality may come down. There are chances like that. Okay. First thing is goal setting. So goal setting should be done in other managers, and the goal should be smart. And once the goal is set, every single one in the organization should know about that. Okay? Smart means it should be specific, measurable, acceptable, realistic, and time bound. The second thing is manager subordinate involvement. Now, this is how the this is done. So after the organization goals are defined, manager set goal for his subordinates. Okay. On consultation with the top level manager, goals are set. We are going to produce 1000 files. That's been set. Okay, done. Right. Now we need to know the managers. What we do, we call up the subordinates, those who works under him, and they will say, manager will say, okay, we need to produce 1000 pens. Okay. So department A, B, C, and D is there. Department A will need to produce 1000 bodies. Department B, 1000 caps. Department C, 1000 refills, and Department D should be able to assemble this 1000 pens. Right. So what the manager will assign that. Then the subordinates will propose their jobs. Okay. Department A will say, okay, sir, we'll do that. So sometimes they will say, some people in the department may say, so we are better suited in assembly. Okay. Some assembly people say we are better suited in manufacturing. Okay. Production, manufacture, production. Okay. Those are they propose their jobs. Okay. Subordinates propose their jobs and select the areas which they must be effective. Okay. So subordinates are given a choice. You can do this. Okay. The manager says you can do this. And my subordinate says, okay, sir, I can do that even better. I can produce 1000 refills. Okay, sir, but I think I will be able to produce 1000 bodies better. Okay. So they must be effective during the company plan. Everyone is involved in the goal setting. All employees are given a chance. Heard. Okay. And the manager and the subordinate sit together and discuss the objectives and reach on a joint agreement on the goals to be achieved by the subordinates during the state period. Okay. The manager said, together they'll talk and they'll reach upon an agreement. Okay. Some they may go for production to assembly. Some people from assembly may come to production, like that. There will be changes. And finally they will decide, okay, discuss the objectives, and they will decide if you are to do this. Okay. Appropriate changes in the organization structure may be made. Some people may come from assembly, some people may go to the assembly, like that changes may be done. And the resource allocation is also done in consultation with the subordinates. Okay, so some people might need more resources. Okay, see, if to produce a body, we need more materials. To produce cap, we need lesser materials. We make. So resources are also allocated like that. Once the goal is set, then subordinates are discussed about the goals, discussed with the goals, and then each employee is given their task. Then implementation of plan. Implementation plan means after the objectives are established and resources are allocated, the subordinates can implement the plan. Okay. Once after the objectives are established and resources are allocated, subordinates can implement the plan. If any guidance or clarification is needed, they can contact the supervisor. Okay. So after the objectives are established and resources are allocated, after steps 1 and 2, the employees can start their work. Okay. And if they need any help, if they need any guidance or clarification, they can call upon the superiors. Then next thing is monitoring the progress. It's very important. You need to always monitor the progress. So in order to monitor the progress, there are regular MBO requires regular meetings between the manager and the subordinate to discuss the progress in objective accomplishment. Okay. So they call up a meeting, maybe daily, maybe on 2 days or time, or like that. So they'll have the daily. Our plan was to produce 1000. So in 1 day, maybe due to some factors, we couldn't produce. We couldn't produce 1000. We produced only 800. We pick up the slack and we worked overtime the next day, and we produced 1200. So 2000 pens are produced in two days. So the objectives are accomplished. Or sometimes they say, okay, we have produced 800 only. So the manager say, okay, you agreed upon 1,000 pens daily. So tomorrow rather you should take a overtime and produce 1,200. Okay, employees will discuss and then decide. So the progress should be monitored regularly. Okay. Then evaluate the performance. This the actual goal attainment is compared to the goals agreed upon. Okay. This stuff helps you determine the possible training needs. So what happens is they have decided that they will produce 1,000 pens, right? So whether they have these pens or not. Okay. So what is that some people more training. So the training provided. At least they can do it. Okay. So performance are evaluated. Then performance appraisal is conducted based on a fair and measurable standards. Okay. And appraisal also, that is giving a bonus, your new promotion, etc. They all depend on this based on fair and measurable standard. Okay. It should be fair. It should be measurable. Okay. You are awarded marks based on the answer keys. This is given. If you write this point, you will be given this much marks. Okay. You don't, you will not reach. So based on that, you know, I got this much mark because I have written these things. I lost marks because I forgot to write these things. So that should be fair and measurable standard. Similarly, employee appraisal, it should be done in the same way, right? Then provide feedback. The feedback will enable managers to take appropriate actions to planning and corrective actions for achieve desirable results. Okay? The next time when they do, they will have feedback. Okay? Like we said, going for tour, you have gone for tour all your life, so you know what is to be done, what is wrong. Okay? You know, whenever I reach Tamil Nadu, what kind of food should we order? Okay? When you reach Karnataka, what type of food is better? In Kerala, what type of food is better? Because you had traveled there. Okay? So you know that kind of food is better over there. So you'll order that food. Okay? Like that. That based on your feedback. Feedback means what you have experienced. Right? You have gone before there. You know what is expected, and you know how it should be done. Right? Okay? So even if the question comes and there's no mention of about this flow chart or a block diagram, draw this thing. Okay? Wherever possible, you guys are engineers, draw diagrams. So what are the first thing? Set organization goals. So once the organization goals are set, superior set goals for subordinates, then subordinate propose goals for his job. Okay. So organization goal is 1,000 pens. Okay. After that has been done, what happens? Next step is the superior set goal for subordinates. A, B, C, and D. You should produce 1,000 bodies, 1,000 pens, 1,000 bodies, 1,000 cans, 1,000 people set, 1,000 assembly. Okay, that's done by the superior. Now what happened? The subordinate will propose their goal. Okay? I am better at this, so I can do this even better. They propose their goal. It's based on both of this, a joint agreement on the joint agreement will be reached. Once the agreement is reached, the plans are implemented. Okay? After implementation, the progress is monitored regularly, performances are evaluated regularly, and feedback is provided. Clear? This management by objective. Okay? Clear? Is there any doubt? So first step is setting the organization goal. Then first step is goal setting. Second step is manager subordinate one. Third step is implementation of plan, monitoring the progress, evaluation of performance, and finally feedback. Right? So setting the organization goal, subordinate manager subordinate involvement, and finally they reach these three blocks show that is superior sets goal for the subordinate proposes goal for his job, and joint agreements. All these things come under interaction between the manager and the subordinate. Then plans are implemented, processes are performance are evaluated, and feedbacks are provided. And this feedback will take part in the next time whenever we are setting on the organization goal. This feedback will also have a role. Clear? Right? So next thing is, what are the features? Okay, we know what is management by objective, how it is done, what are the processes involved, what are the steps involved, and now what are the features of this? Okay, what are the features of management by objective? The first is, it is superior subordinate participation. What we have discussed earlier only, nothing new. We have superior subordinate participation. Both the manager and his subordinates will have a role. Joint goal setting. Formation of realistic objectives in the base. This is unique feature of MBO. Okay? Because not only the top management is designing, employees are also heard. So, ഇങ്ങനെയൊക്കെ പ്രശ്നങ്ങൾ then joint methodology. MBO focus what must be done, how it is done. Okay, what must be done rather than how it is done. Okay, so it is the decisions on methodology is also jointly taken. That is, we need to produce 1,000 beds. Okay, we need to produce 1,000. So what must be done to produce 1,000 beds? That is what is എങ്ങനെ ലക്ഷ്യമല്ല മാർഗമാണ് പ്രധാന കോൺസെപ്റ്റ്. മാർഗമാണ് സോറി ലക്ഷ്യമാണ് പ്രധാനം, മാർഗമല്ല. That sort of principle. Okay? We need to have 1,000 beds. Okay, what must be done to reach 1,000 beds? That is what goal. Okay, so if today I am not able to produce 1,000 beds, tomorrow I should be able to produce. Today I am not able to produce 1,000 beds. I produce 700 beds. So tomorrow I must be able to produce 1,300 beds, like that. Okay, because that must be done. 1,000 beds must be done daily. Okay, even if you are producing by any chance you are producing 700 today, that doesn't matter. Tomorrow you must be able to produce 1,300. So by 2 days you have 1,000 beds each week. Okay, what must be done rather than how it is done. If you agreed upon 1,000 pens daily, you should be able to produce 1,000 pens. By chance, any chance you couldn't produce 1,000, tomorrow or the afternoon, you must be ready to put up extra work to produce the extra ones which we should have produced earlier. Okay, makes way to attainment of maximum results. Okay? Because to subordinate to make this good result. Okay, so what happens is we'll have maximum results. 1,000 was agreed upon by both the subordinate and the manager. So it becomes the responsibility of the subordinate to produce 1,000 pens. Right? He will have, even if he produces 1,000 pens today, he can produce extra 2 or 3 tomorrow and make up the loss. Right? So he can do some creative works. Okay? Cannot to create decisions. Okay, I need to leave early today, so I'll take extra hours tomorrow. I'll meet up there. So subordinates are given the opportunity to do so. From the guide, what I'm not bothered. You have to produce you do whatever you want. I don't know. I am not gonna bother. It's not like that. Okay, superior will always say, like for your projects. Okay, you'll have a guide. So whenever you have a doubt, whenever you have a any problem with this, you cannot find a resource. Okay, you cannot find some books. You cannot find some person. So you'll have a guide to call upon. You can call to your ma'am or sir. So ma'am, I have this problem. So guide will help you. Same way, here also superiors will help. Now, what the exercise? So develop result-oriented philosophy. Management by objectives. The term itself is management by objectives. So develop result-oriented philosophy. Then formulation of achievable goals. So goals are discussed. Everyone is taking part in the discussion process, so we know what has to be reached. So it is achievable goals are really realized. Facilitate rapid progress of an organization because everyone is everyone is in decision. Uh, so everyone will take part in the decision process. Everyone will actively participate, which will help us to grow our company. Better understanding between the superiors and subordinates. So superiors can say you need to produce 1,000 pens. So employees say sorry sir, we cannot do that. We can produce 900 pens. So both of the arguments why you need to produce 1,000 pens, it's heard. Okay, so manager will say you need to produce 1,000 pens because of this and this reasons. Okay? The subordinate says sir, we cannot produce 1,000. We can produce maximum 900 because of this and this reasons. So both of them are understanding each other, and they both of them can come to a decision. It raises employee morale because employees are also involved. Employee can tell I can do this, I cannot do that. So it raises the employee morale. It is effective. So planning is also terms to under access to thousand percent. It facilitates 50 controls. You need to produce 1,000 pens. Have you produced or not? You have achieved objective for the day. You have not produced 1,000 pens. That's the so there's a FT control. And what are the limitations? Limitations inflexibility. May follow two rigid patterns. Okay. You have agreed upon, but the situation this becomes too rigid. It may become too rigid. Lack of understanding the philosophy behind MBO. Not all employees may be willing to adapt to new philosophy. Human nature. Human nature is very important. So everyone may not be able to take it up. Then lack of top management support. If employees are not taking part, the top management will not support. They will say, okay, they will say, I need of 200 producing they say you will support. Yeah, in it's good, but at least come then difficulty setting top management is always whatever we say for it only. So may not easy. So you can put 1,000 pens. Management is unit pens. We can so it's very important. Consider the obstacle. Employee morale, you can act as a motivation for control. And managers lack of management setting. Yes, the thing is, MBO does not right. No. No. Next, we'll move on to attendance. Shall we move on to attendance then? Okay, Akash. Abhinav. One second. Okay, Abhinav. Abhinav. Adarsh. Advait. Ajmal.
Present, sir.
Akhil. Okay, Akhil. Anaga.
Present, sir.
Anjali.